Welcome to MMA Fancast. My name is Luke Payson. Welcome back to everyone who is already a subscriber to the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe so you can see more great interviews, including the one coming at you right now, fresh off his amateur MMA debut win, is Clay Duncan. Clay, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me back on, Luke. Happy to be here.
It's really great. Under 24 hours removed from your big victory at 247 Fighting Championships Brawl in the Burgh 21. Really great to see you back here. You made your debut at 32 years of age, looked great in doing it, got a decision win, 30-27 on all judges. So if you think about that, that's 9 scores because 3 judges, 3 rounds, 9 scores, and you won everyone. So really, it was like a 9-0 scoring. You've been training out of PA Combat Sports. You've had Muay Thai. You've obviously been around martial arts for a while. What was it like before the actual fight? How was warming up? How was weight cut? How was walking out? How was all of those things before you got to the cage?
It was very nerve-wracking, especially day of the fight. I fight pretty close to my walk-around weight, so the weight cut wasn't a super issue. I think the adrenaline dump when you get into the cage is probably the craziest thing. I've done some competing in other sports, but even the adrenaline dump in a fight is unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
And when did you feel that adrenaline down?
Pretty quickly into the fight, pretty much as soon as we made contact with each other. So, but that was also kind of a reason why I didn't want to go for the finish in the fight. I heard people and coaches saying, you can finish him, he's hurt, things like that. But I didn't want to risk getting hurt myself trying to chase that knockout when I already knew I was up 2 rounds going into that third. So I just tried to stay composed and stick to the game plan that I established early in the fight, and it worked out.
And what was working for you? Obviously, you were right that you won every round, but what do you think was working for you in round one and two that set you up for that mindset of round three?
I definitely tapped into my Muay Thai background a little bit and immediately went for the clinch. He said he used to weigh 240 pounds, so he used to be a pretty big dude. So I wanted to get a feel and see how strong he actually was. And once I got him in the clinch, he wasn't breaking out of my clinch too easily. So I thought, let's just cook him up with these knees. And then,
You threw a ton
once,
of knees.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
You threw a ton of knees, and it's important to say you kept them all legal, which can be tricky for a lot of people in amateur MMA. Grabbing somebody in the Muay Thai plum, the double hand plum, they naturally, which of course is the pro rules, they naturally bring the head down. But you used it as I always trained, and I think it can be very helpful. You can also control the head to rock them back. So you expose their stomach, you can throw 3, 4, 5 knees in a row like you did. But you should always know where the head is, which you clearly did. You had no issues because if you hit the chin or the face in any way, then obviously that's an illegal strike. So you started cooking with knees and take it from there.
Um, so those were taking a toll on my gas tank. I knew I couldn't do that the entire fight. And then I go back to my corner and Professor Casey said, hey, you're hitting him with some clean shots. I don't know if you realize this. And I didn't really realize it until I heard him say that to me. So I started opening up with the striking a lot more in the later rounds and was having success with that and just kind of stuck with that. I tried to chop at his legs a little bit as well. I was just trying to keep him guessing, with different types of attacks, basically.
It really did come along as a very Muay Thai focused fight, which is great for you because you're a Muay Thai background guy. Obviously, training out of PA Combat Sports, they've been around for a long time, good at everything. I know that they tend. I know your coach Justin Benson, a great guy, and very high level jujitsu as well. I don't think you had a ton of jujitsu in the match, but how comfortable did you feel mentally? Knowing that there is that wrestling component if you needed it, and the jiu-jitsu ended up being a dominant win. But what did you think about those things?
I tried to look him up on like Smooth Comp and try to find some footage of him online as far as grappling, and I couldn't find anything on him. So we kind of assumed he probably didn't have that great of a grappling background. But we start the fights on the feet, so I was like, if I feel threatened or feel like I need to take it to the ground, I will. But I was doing well enough on the feet that I didn't want to even go to the ground in the first place. So
on that, that's a lot of MMA fight IQ, right? Like knowing where you're winning, where you might be in trouble. Everything starts on the feet. So if you can keep it on the feet, and obviously that's a strength for you. And I think I'm sure that you had strengths on the ground as well. What is, and this is a great question for anybody, whether you're 22 or 32, is this a one-off thing? You've been a long time trainer, you've been training martial arts a long time. Is this a one-off thing that you wanted to get an MMA fight in you, or is this something that you want to keep doing, or do you want to focus more on Muay Thai? Like, what's next for you as far as not dates, but more focus as far as competition goes?
I just enjoy being a really well-rounded martial artist. So definitely want to get back into the MMA cage soon. Definitely want to still keep doing jiu-jitsu tournaments and building that foundation up as well. And then maybe even jumping on some Muay Thai. I wish they would let you use the MMA gloves in the Muay Thai events around here instead of the big gloves. I feel like that would be fun to use. You could use a lot more clinching and have more dexterity with your hands. So maybe I'll jump on an event if they have that rule set. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and that's what happens. If you're watching a while ago, he's been retired. But Donald Cowboy Cerrone and several Muay Thai, he was a pro Muay Thai guy for a while before he got into MMA. And every once in a while, like the fight you had and some of the fights he had, it looks like Muay Thai, pro Muay Thai. So kicks to the head, knees to the head, elbows, which is the full Muay Thai. But it really looks like it with gloves, with MMA gloves. But that's more or less like a gentleman's agreement because anybody at any time could make it wrestling and take it down. So maybe there are promotions that and it's really less the promotion, more the commissioner. Maybe there are commissioners that allow that. Obviously, I think that would be fantastic. There are some limitations with using the Muay Thai or kickboxing rule set with the kickboxing and Muay Thai gloves, but it's really fun seeing how, like you use the word well-rounded, you definitely are to be able to jump in to an MMA fight, look great, still have the Muay Thai and the Jiu-Jitsu background, coming from a great gym. It's really just showing how talented you are as a fighter. Now that we're just under a day removed, emotionally, what did it feel like to jump into a new sport and get a big win?
It felt amazing. Having all of your friends, your family, people who truly support you come out and take time out of their day to come show support. It just means a lot. I will say my body and my knees are definitely sore today, though. It probably will be for the next week or so, but that's just the price we pay, and it was totally worth it.
Well, I'm glad you feel like it was worth it. It certainly looked like it to me, cage side, to see how great, great of shape you were in, the great fight that you put forth. So appreciate you coming on. PA Combat Sports, like we had talked about before in the pre-fight, is the reigning new 247 gym of the year, but it's not a new gym. It's been around forever. But that just means like, last year was the first full year PA Combat Sports had fighters, one new fight of the year. The two-time reigning gym of the year is Stout. They've obviously established themselves, but PA Combat Sports and your win last night goes into the tally because what will happen for the award show is they'll add up all the gyms and the record, and obviously you got to win for not only yourself but also your gym last night. Really fantastic stuff. Can't wait to see you or whatever happens to you down the road. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the winners last night. It was a very exciting card. And even the people that came up short, it gave great fights all around for everybody. It was a great night of fights. Thanks so much for coming on to you. You've been listening to Luke Basin with MMA Fancast for the victorious Clay Duncan. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me on, Luke. Looking forward to talking to you again in the future.
Can't wait to have you back on. Have a good one.
You too.
You got it.